Hey, Coach, how are you? Kelsa here, and gonna go live to share a little bit of behind the scenes on how we made the decision to raise the price of the Financial Coach Academy and the Financial Coaching Toolkit. We've been posting about it. We sent out some notices in our email letting you guys know that that's happening on March 31st, and I wanted to share with you the entire thought process behind the scenes that we went through in order to make this decision. Because I think for many of you, at some point, you may want to raise your prices too. And when you go to do that, a whole bunch of stuff is going to come up. I promise. It happens to the best of us. And I want to coach you through sort of what to expect, some questions to ask yourself, and I'm going to share with you what our answers were to those questions and why we ultimately decided it was time to raise the price of our two main offerings. So before we do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Kelsa, and I am the creator of this amazing group. I just did a live coaching call earlier today with a whole bunch of you. So thank you to those who joined me live and asked your amazing questions. You can find the replay to that in the guides section, but I think it's in like guide 9, whatever the bottom one is, the very last one, where all of the Ask Me Anything replays are. Some of them are really, really old, but the one from this morning is at the top. So you can definitely check that out. One second. Okay. If you're here joining me live, say hi to me. Let me know that you're here. If you're catching the replay, go ahead and write replay so I know that you're catching this replay. Back in January, Jill and I did a video here in the group about communicating a price increase to your clients. The name of that video is, I think, like Up Level Your Prices to Up Level Your Business or something like that. Hey, Haley. And if you in the group go into the search and you type in Up Level Your Prices, you will find that video. That video is everything about once you've made the decision and you know the prices, how to communicate that to your clients. Today's video is the front end of that. Like, how do you actually go about deciding if it's time? How do you know if you're ready? All of that. Haley says, ugh, why ugh? What's wrong? Besides the fact that I have this lipstick on my tooth and no matter what I do, it's not coming off. So I was trying to do it all nonchalantly and it didn't work. So sorry about that. I just wiped my tooth on the video, but that's fine. Also, do you guys like my hot pink blazer? Isn't it cute? I love it. I'm so excited. I need to take Jacqueline actually, because Jacqueline, we are doing team photos at the symposium in May, and we're all wearing jeans, a white shirt, and a different colored blazer. So the logo colors that we have, we're all getting different colored blazers. And of course, mine is hot pink that I had to get. So I love it. I'm wearing it today because I like it so much. So super excited to see how those pictures turn out. Carrie Ann, of course, is going to be doing our photos. So I know that she's got some photo shoot sessions left. So if you are coming in for the symposium and want to have her do your photos, your brand photography, not just a headshot, everybody who attends the symposium gets a headshot by Carrie Ann. But she's got some brand shoots available like around. So if you're already flying in, it's a great time to do it. She is amazing. I love her work. Any photos you see are probably done by Carrie Ann. So all of the playbook photos, all of our team photos, all of our headshots, all of our branding, a lot of the GIFs you see, we created those GIFs out of photos that Carrie Ann took. I'm also doing a live video with her in the group this Friday. This Friday. So if you have any questions about brand photography and like what you need, what to wear, all that kind of stuff, let us know because we will answer those questions on Friday when we go live. Speaking of symposium, Monday is the last day to register. We close registration early because the one thing about the symposium, I don't know if people realize, like it is sort of all included. So like it's catered food, great snacks throughout the day, like catered snacks, that kind of thing. So it's like we have to get our numbers final so that we can get all of that stuff organized. So we close registration on Monday. So if you want to join us for the symposium at the end of April, you've got until Monday to decide to join us. Okay. Let's get to the point of this video, shall we? Let's talk about price increases. So we have decided, we've been talking about it for a while now, that it is time to raise the price of the Financial Coach Academy course and also the Financial Coaching Toolkit. Back in December, we also raised the price of our coaching programs on the client side of my business. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm a financial coach. The name of my business is Fiscal Fitness. I am also the creator of the Financial Coach Academy. So I kind of have like two brands that I'm always running and overseeing at any given point. One where we coach our clients and we're serving our clients really well, and one where we serve and mentor financial coaches just like you. So I always like to peel back the curtain on like the decisions we make, the thought process we use, and how we communicate that kind of stuff, because I know that you will face it too. And I want to help you navigate those decisions. So we asked ourselves 5 questions when we were deciding to raise the price. And then there's sort of like the 6th one is like a kicker. So stay tuned for the number 6, because the 6th one's the one where it's going to bite you if you don't pay attention to it. So the first question to ask yourself is, what do you want to be known for? And I want to be known as the best financial coach mentor that there is. I don't want to compete on price. I don't want to be seen as the cheapest. I want to be seen as the best. And I fully believe that the Academy is the best financial coach training program that exists. I think it's the most well-rounded. I think it's the most robust. I think it's the most thorough, and it wasn't priced as such. And that felt a little out of alignment for me. So the second question I ask myself is, how do I feel about the price now? And this is where I want to be really honest. There has been a few months, sort of at the end of last year, where I was starting to feel icky about the price. I was starting to feel, I don't know if like taken advantage of is the right term, because it was nothing that anybody else did. This was fully like owning myself, that I'm the one that sets the price, right? I'm the one that designed it and created it and, launched it and determined the price for all of that value. And I was feeling icky, like I wasn't charging enough for the value that it delivers, right? And so those two things felt out of alignment, like how I was feeling about it and how I want to be seen definitely didn't jive, right? So that's really insightful. So those are just some questions that you can really start to ask yourself about undervalued. Yes, thank you, Julianne. You're so smart. So then the third question is like, what value do we deliver? And now this could be for one offering, it could be for multiple offerings, it could be for your program with clients, but like, what's the value in what we deliver? And I think about, you could ask yourself from the client side of things, like the value, do your clients have more money in their bank account? Do they pay less in interest on their credit cards or other forms of debt, right? But make sure you're also paying close attention to the intangible benefits. I think as financial coaches, we sometimes put too much emphasis on the financial gains that our clients experience, but how they feel, how they view their life, the way they think about the future of their life and their relationships, and how connected they feel to other people because they got control of their money, I promise you, are way more important to the person, okay? And way more valuable. So when it comes to the Academy and the toolkit, we really feel like each module by itself is worth the price of the entire Academy, right? And we hear this a lot from people. So we have a feedback form in every single module of the Academy. There's 10 of them. There's 5 core modules and 5 advanced modules. And literally one of the things we keep reading in these feedback forms that we get is, this module was worth the price that I paid for the Academy. That's literally what people keep saying, right? And there's 10 of them. So don't worry, we're not raising the price 10 times or anything like that. But that really did tell me that like the value is there. This is not something that we're not just selling this as if like we're not over promising and under delivering. We are if anything, under promising and over delivering, right? And then undervaluing at the exact same time. So I also feel like all the documents and the handouts and the resources and the tools, like all the actual things you get to use in your business, are worth the price of the academy alone. And they are just one part of it, right? You also get all of the trainings on how to use all of those tools and explanation on why those tools work and like that kind of thing. So I also think about when it came to like, what do we want to be known for? We wanted to be the kind of organization that builds a lifelong community of people. We didn't want it to feel like just a digital course. And so that's why we added the lifetime access to coaching calls and live coaching and that community element to the academy. And you get that forever. So it's not something that like you buy the academy now and then 2 years from now you need to pay an annual fee to keep it, or you need to pay a monthly fee for that kind of stuff. It is literally included for a lifetime, right? For as long as we are around. And, we will be doing calls with just academy coaches to answer your questions and all of that, because that's what we want to be known for. We want people to think about our offerings and think to themselves, the value I've gained from this, I'm still gaining more. Like I want people to feel that way about everything we offer. And in order to do that, we have to, own the position we have. And the fourth question is, what is best for the people that I serve? And that was why I did lifetime access to begin with, was because what's best for financial coaches is that you don't feel rushed to work through something because you're going to lose access to it. What's best is feeling supported 3 months into your journey and 3 years into your journey, and knowing that you've got people who understand you. And what is best for the people I serve is not letting them play safe when it comes to not investing in themselves. I think one of the best skills you have to learn as a entrepreneur in general is when and how much to invest in yourself, right? And sometimes we need to invest in our self-care. Sometimes we need to invest in the people who support us. Sometimes we need to invest in our own personal development, in courses, in training, in furniture and infrastructure and like technology and that kind of thing. And learning to trust yourself when you are making those decisions is a really key element to entrepreneurship. And allowing people to gain a ton of value for like a dirt cheap price, I think then sets that person up to do the exact same thing going forward with their offerings, right? Where they over deliver, they undervalue, and I feel like that is not doing a good job to the community. I also think question number 5, who benefits? And so this is a really good question to ask yourself when you are going to make any change at all, but especially around a price increase, is like, who benefits when I increase this price? By me increasing the price, who benefits? Because what you will find, and one of the things I journaled out, is that I have a lot more than I want to do, you guys. I have so many ideas for how I want to serve this community and how I want to help our clients and how I want to hire more people to work in their zone of genius to help me execute all of these great ideas that I have. And all of those things will benefit, all of those things will come to fruition by me raising the price. And that feels really cool. Like, this isn't just about me, right? Like, it's about so much more. And the same is true for anything that you're doing. So I'm working with my coach right now on getting out of the weeds in my business quite so much, right? So this is definitely like my next stage of growth for myself as an entrepreneur. And she had asked me, she's like, why do you want to get out of the weeds? And I said, I just want to feel like I'm able to connect with people more, because I'm sometimes torn between connecting with people like this and having good conversations and working in my zone of genius, which I consider to be connecting with people, and sort of like helping people to make progress in whatever part of their life they want to make progress on, whether that's their financial coaching business or their finances and that kind of thing. But then I go and I pivot very quickly to like managing something in the business, like minute details and like decision making and critical thinking and like that kind of thing. And I'm constantly sort of like pivoting between those two mindsets. And she had said, who will benefit by you getting out of the weeds in your business? And she was like, I want you to journal that out. And so I journaled that out, and who benefits is my team, because I'm pretty sure my team would love for me to not interfere quite so much with their zones of genius, right? I think my communities benefit, because if what I'm allowed to do is connect with people even more, then I think that's a great benefit for people. My family will benefit, because I won't be so scatterbrained and just easily distracted by random things that pop up that I feel like I need to tackle. Um, I will benefit, right? Like there's so many layers to this decision. And I think when you can realize that it's not just about you, uh, that it makes that decision so much easier to make. So I know that by doing this, that we will all benefit. And I am really excited about that. So here's the 5 questions that I'm going to like share with you, the kicker. And it's the hardest one. What do you want to be known for? So you could look at that as like both yourself, but also like your position in the industry, your area of expertise, really, how do you want to be seen, right? Like, what do you want to be known for? How do you feel about the price? So the price as it is right now, there are times where you will start to feel resentment or frustration, or like you're spinning your wheels, or like you can't do the things you want to do because your resources are limited because your prices are too low, right? So that's one indication. You could also feel good about the price, and that might be one of the things that you consider, which is like, I actually feel like the price is fair, or I feel like it's good, or I feel like it's what people are wanting to pay, or something like that. So again, it's just more of a question to ask yourself, is like, how are you feeling about the current price? What value do you deliver? So like the program, what does it deliver? That there's an entire video too, you guys, on pricing strategy. So if you're trying to like pick your price, there's 2 different formulas you can use, and that video is in the guides section as well. I want to say it's in guide 2 though, how to price your coaching services. So when it comes to like value-based pricing, thinking about the results that your program gets people, not just the financial, but like all of those other intangible. And then what's the impact that those results have on the person and the relationships that that person has, and how they feel about their job. And like you kind of do the ripple effect, right? And it just helps you to see that like I often think about like our coaching on the client side of my business, that the value is priceless. I do believe that. I say that all of the time. We could charge 10 times what we're charging, and I feel like it's worth it. We don't. I also feel the exact same way about the Academy and the Toolkit. I feel like we could charge 10 times what we're charging, and it still would be 100% worth it. I really do believe that. And that just helps you to like really feel grounded in that. Okay. Uh, Number 4, what is best for the people that I serve, right? And then number 5, who benefits? Now, here's the kicker. Are you ready? You got to check in with yourself on your mindset. And this raising your price can trigger a scarcity mindset really bad. Scarcity mindset would look like, but if I do this, no one's going to buy it. If I do this, I'm going to price it out of the market. If I do this, I'm going to go broke, right? Like those types of things where you essentially feel constriction. You feel like the result is not going to be expansive. It's going to be restricting. It's going to limit you further than what you're doing right now. So, you really want to coach yourself through sort of the flip side of that, or what is the abundant mindset on that. So what are all of the best case scenarios that could happen, right? So I think about, by doing this, like, I think people will show up more to the live calls because they're like, hey, I'm paying for that. Let me get on those, right? Let me be more engaged in my own journey. And that is a good thing, right? I think people are going to see it as the best if we price it as the best. I believe it's the best. And I know this kills me, you guys. I'm not going to lie. I sometimes have conversations with somebody and they're considering my program, the Academy, and something else. And they say they're about the same price, right? And I know, either because I've invested in that other program purely to kind of see what's going on with it, or like I've heard from people who have taken it that and have done both that tell me about the differences. And there is no comparison. And yet, because the price is comparable, a person is comparing the two as if they are similar, and they're just not a lot of the times. I really believe that. And I I tell myself that, like, by doing this, the uh if I want to be the best, I have to own that. I have to bravely go in that direction. And by pricing it as such, people will see it as the best. That's the abundant mindset that I have to choose to adopt, right? And so you want to make sure that when you do this, you don't let those fears, come into play, and that you don't let those play into your decision, right? So that's why it's always the kicker, because you really want to think through all of those other things through first. The positioning, who you want to be, how you want to be known, how you feel about it, what's best for your clients and the people you serve, what's best for the other people on your team or the people you're serving, your family, yourself, right? Like all of those things, like who benefits from this. You want to get really grounded in all of those things. And so then when you go to pull the trigger, when that scarcity mindset comes up, you can keep going back to those other things. Yeah, but, yeah, maybe, but, like, it's these 5 things, right? Like, these are the things that ultimately are steering this decision. It's coming from a place of logic, not like I'm not letting that scarcity mindset control me and that kind of thing, right? So that is how we made the decision to raise the price. If you have any questions about that, I would love to chat with you about that and answer any questions you have. I hope this gave you a framework for things to ask yourself when you are considering a price increase. We have also, just as kind of like an outlier thought, we have added so much to both the toolkit and the academy and didn't raise the price. So this actually feels like we're behind the 8 ball a little bit. We feel slow, like we feel like this is something we probably should have done a year ago. We are continuing to add to both the academy and the toolkit. And one of the things that people read on the website, that you get lifetime access, but that I think it's still confusing because it's so unique. But again, it came back from this place of like, who do I want to be? How do I want to serve my community? And what I want to do is just not nickel and dime you to death, right? And like make it so you have to pay for every little thing. So the way we do it, when we say lifetime access, like it's not just lifetime access to the version you just purchased. It's any upgrade in the future, any change we make, any new item that we add to the toolkit. So literally right now, I just got off a meeting with Jacqueline. Jacqueline's thinking of an exercise that one of her clients needs. And so her and I were brainstorming how that could look and like what kind of tools we could create for this particular scenario. And when we do that, we will add that new tool, that new concept to the toolkit. And it doesn't matter if a person bought it 3 years ago when it was like, I don't know, $1,000. I don't remember how much it was back in the day, but that person who paid less for it will get this new concept as well. So they're still getting the benefit today. And we consider that like our thank you for trusting us to be a part of your financial coaching journey. It's who we want to be. And we have more things coming. We're excited about a revamp to the toolkit that's coming up. We're planning to start that in May, maybe June. We'll see. We might need a break after the symposium. So I don't know if I told you guys, we are going on a team vacation. We're all taking the week off after the symposium. We're going to Mexico, staying in an all-inclusive resort. There's nothing planned. We're not doing excursions unless people want to, but it's really just relaxing and enjoying each other's company. Spouses are welcome. So we're all going and enjoying the week after the symposium together, and I can't wait. So I think we'll come back rested, but we'll see. But so we might start it in May, but it might start in June, where we're going to be overhauling, and that everything new goes to anybody who ever purchased the toolkit. And the same is true for the Academy. So anytime something new comes out in the world of entrepreneurship, or there's a new tool or a new system, we always make the change to my business first. We test it, we refine it, and then we add it to the Academy, which is pretty cool. So I'm very, very proud of that feature. I really am. And I think about, like, if you were to buy another program, let's say, and if you were to think about like how much it would cost you to keep it for 10 years with all of the nickel and diming and the additional fees and like that kind of thing, and the, upgrades and all that kind of stuff, like how much would it cost you? And you wouldn't know, right? You wouldn't know what it's going to cost you over that time. But the way we do it is very different. It's a very unique business model, but I love it. We say, here's the price, and it doesn't matter if you enjoy it now or if you need support in coaching 5 years from now, we got you, right? Like, you can join these calls. And I think that's pretty incredible. I'm really, really proud of it. And we're going to price it as such, and it feels really good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what questions you have. If you are experiencing a price increase, use these 5 questions to guide yourself through it, to feel more grounded in it, to proudly take that step for yourself in your business. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.